Well, hello. It's day 23, and yes, my face is blue. And if people are colorblind and watching this, I'm just informing you, yes, my face is blue. It's day... Did I already just say that? It's day 23. So, I do apologize for yesterday's video. I said that I had a week left yesterday, which isn't true. I have a week left today. Yesterday was just kind of crazy. So yeah, getting down to the final stretch. Things are looking up here, finally, after a year of being Dante and walking through the fucking inferno. I didn't have a Virgil to help me through it. I had a Frankie help me through it, my dog. So, at least I hope that was Virgil. I'm pretty sure it was Virgil. I haven't read that in a while. I think it was Virgil. Yeah. Number one, which kind of goes with why I'm wearing this face mask right now, is because I just made onion rings and I've been standing over a greasy pit of grease for a couple of hours now. And I seem to notice that people who work at fast food restaurants and are over-greased a lot tend to break out more. So, and I do touch my face a lot, and I was just, touching the food and stuff, so to be safe, that is what this is. Plus, I don't know, I feel like putting on a face mask should be something I do every, more recently than, or more often than I have been, so that is why this is on my face. Yes, Vogue. Got my thumb. And anyways, with the onion rings, it wasn't a total disaster. It got really messy, and I couldn't figure out how to make the batter thick. So, I mean, they do taste like onion rings, but I couldn't make the batter thick or even or anything like that. And I think it's just because they weren't fully immersed in oil as they should have been, so that's why it just wasn't working out. But it's a process of trial and error, and that's all that matters. And number two, I can put my hair in a nub. Nub? I don't know if you can see the nub, but I have a nub. I'm getting closer to having my long hair back. Number three, I watched Jane Eyre. Now, I had a conversation with Melissa about this. I'm not a huge fan of the 2011 version. I don't like Mia What's-Her-Face. I just don't, she just doesn't, I don't like her acting, and I know people, I mean, to each their own. If you like her, then like her, that's fine. I just have a rough time believing her acting when it comes to emotions. It just doesn't work for me. I feel like it's lacking in conviction. I think there's just not enough of a heartbreak to her, or enough. I feel like she's trying too hard to convey an emotion, and it doesn't make it, it just isn't believable. But anyways, I did like Michael Fassbender as Mr. Rochester. Don't get me wrong, Michael Fassbender is a fox. He's foxy. And I've seen, oh my word, I don't know what the version was. It was like a English theater production or something like that. And it was like a 2-disc set. And the guy who played Rochester kind of made me think of Hugh Jackman a little bit. And the girl who played Jane Eyre, oh my god, I cannot think of any of these people's names. This is so frustrating. I haven't watched it in a while, but it was by far my favorite. The girl who played Jane Eyre, she was in The Lone Ranger. Yeah, she's the girl in the Lone Ranger. She played Jane. And I love their chemistry. It was much more heartbreaking between the two of them. And I feel like... And it's kind of like in the same way that I was just talking about how there's a... Watching the two different Pride and Prejudices... that having a shift in a character's attributes that makes it so iconic, or that character is so iconic, kind of makes it seem like you're watching two different stories, or a story through two different lenses, so it kind of means different things, or you feel emotions at different scenes than you'd expect. So the one, not Michael Foxbender, Rochester, he was definitely more brooding and mysterious and dark. I felt you could definitely see a shadow kind of over him. You didn't know what he was gonna do. Yeah. Then Michael Fassbender, he was more kind of a bit more arrogant, and I think a bit more guilty, which is what made him darker. He showed guilt a little bit more. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going this, really, guys. I'm not a literary critic or film critic by any means. Two different stories, but I've watched it, and I kind of missed watching Michael Fassbender. Yeah. Then number 4, and this is so weird, and it really has nothing to do with me, except it kind of makes me happy, even though it's not me doing it. I asked my dad to go get me some gluten-free stuffs, and it's so funny with my dad. He's the kind of person who, if I tell him an idea of what I want to do or pursue, he kind of thinks it's foolish. It's not until one of his friends, or one of his friends' kids, or one of his friends' friends does the same thing that I say I want to do, that he thinks, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I don't know why that works. So I told my dad that I want to try going gluten-free, trying to kick gluten out of my diet, because I do think I do have a sort of intolerance to it. And the first time I told him that, he kind of like rolled his eyes. But he comes home tonight with a bunch of, health food stuff, and he's like, my friend's daughter went on this gluten-free diet, and she lost like 60 pounds, like a shit ton of weight, and was excited about it. And I'm like, really? He's excited about going gluten-free. Well, then maybe he can lose some weight. Just take care of himself. Maybe it's a good thing. I feel like I can't make him... For those of you guys who don't know, my dad is severely unhealthy, and has a lot of physical problems, and he's needed to lose weight for years, and no matter what I say or try to approach him with it, it just doesn't work. So it is a good thing that now he's finally, even though he's not listening to me, which is kind of irritating, he is kind of getting a clue from other people. So we'll see how that turns out. Then, I have to flip it over. Then number 5, oh yeah, not a huge deal, but I'm, again, just happy about, if you have a list of things that you have to fucking do, and you procrastinate, you don't want to do it, because you have no motivation, and you're making onion rings, and then watching Jane Eyre on Netflix, you just don't want to fucking do anything. But I filled out, this application for leadership fellows for my school, so we'll see how that goes. I totally don't know if they take everybody in who applies. I don't know how it works, so we'll see how that goes. Crossing my fingers, even though it is like conference, you have to do cohort things and blah 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 that I don't necessarily want to do. It look good on a resume. I'm gonna get a leadership position. I don't know, that'd be a good thing, and form of a scholarship comes along with that, so hopefully that works out. And it's 11/11. Make a wish, everybody. Okay. Then, number 6, actually. I made a dent in my resume. finally, I've been trying to go back and forth with Teresa with adjusting it. It just hasn't been working out. We both have really busy lives. Well, right now, the appraisal's done and whatever. My life isn't so busy right now, but hers is. And I was kind of looking to her for means of guidance, but it just kind of clashed. So, yeah, I made a little bit of a dent in it. So, hopefully, I'll be getting a job soon. It always sucks when you have to adjust a resume when you think it's perfect, and then somebody looks at it and they're like, "No, this is a piece of shit. You're gonna have to start all over again." But anyways, so that's what's going on. I have a week left, you guys. Home stretch, and yes, my face is starting to get kind of hard and icky. So I'll get back to you tomorrow. God, tomorrow's Wednesday. God. Time's moving so quickly.